with so many people involved in this altercation. It got to the point where people were commenting in the Twitter section, dude, this is getting out of hand. This is not fun anymore. This is real. And then you have guys like Kelvin Gastelum, who I could not fucking agree with more. And that's the problem. When Dana had said something a while ago about like, oh, now like these guys are getting in the cage and punching each other in the face, and they can't say bad things about each other on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. And he was like, his argument was that, like, that's ridiculous. Like,
yeah, honestly, I side with him a little bit, and I don't normally side with Dana, but in this situation, ooh, you're talking like here, like the next, like one of the couple of other tweets later was like, Khabib said something about, dude, you made fun of our religion, you made fun of my wife, you made fun of my religion. I think it's a tweet before this.
Well, that was Conor said. Another Dagestani caught abusing steroids. That's
there was another one. I think I want to say maybe before that one.
If you think insulting,
if you think that insulting an entire religion, that you'll be safe, you are sadly mistaken, dude. Really? I mean, like it's true though. It really is true. You're insulting what? I don't even. Like, if you pull up Ali's, his manager, Ali's, dude. Ali posted a comment about like there's fucking, I don't know how many, like 1 point something billion Muslims in the world. And I'm not saying, like, I'm not even trying to get into the whole deal that all of them are violent, because they're not. What I'm saying, though, is that, like, you're insulting someone's religion, dude. Like, people are going to take offense to that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who you are. I mean, there's a ton of Muslims that are going to be offended by the fact that you're fucking making fun of someone else's wife over what they do based on their religion. That it's not going to hold over well. I mean, from what I understand, Conor deleted the comment.
Yeah.
But still, it's too late, man. When you post that on the internet, it's too late. Like you have Khabib. Khabib comes back with, the whole steroid thing. But Khabib comes back with rape. Like, you're a rapist. You are a rapist. You are a hypocrite. Who is not responsible for your actions. Justice will find you. We will see you. We will see notorious MMA. You know what I mean? So, I mean, he understands, man. Khabib understands, like, it's one thing to talk shit, but you talking about his wife, but then Khabib came back with, like, you're a rapist, man. And he's obviously going through some charges, and you and I have talked about this because you're from Scotland, and you have friends that are from the UK, and there's tons of shit going around, like rumors going around, the fact that he's going to be brought up on rape charges here pretty shortly. I don't know if he is. Has he already been brought up on it or no?
Nah, there's a lot of speculation, but it's also made its way into some of the main MMA news as well.
But from what I understand, though, there's something going on with the fact that like Ireland has some sort of different law that you're not allowed to talk about it or bring it up because of some sort of law. Like you can't bring charges until
it's proven or something.
Yeah, something like that. You can't. It can't be out in the public.
Like the allegations can't be
the
out
allegations and stuff like that can't be brought out in the public, or he can sue whatever network or whatever platform that brings it out.
Okay.
But people are buzzing about it and talking about it and doing all these things. And I mean, obviously, Khabib lives on that, I would say more on that side of the country, of the world. But it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yep. But Kelvin Gastelum, I think, hit the nail on the head. Is that you're dealing with scary issues, man.
Somebody made Misha Tate retweeted somebody's comment that said this is kind of turning into like the Biggie and Tupac of MMA, where both of them ended up dead. You know, and I just thought that was a very interesting take on it, because it really, like, the popularity of Conor McGregor and Khabib right now is kind of at that level of, you know, how hip hop was when hip hop was coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they'll ever be at that level of Tupac and Biggie, but let's not be mistaken. They are stars. They are stars. But Tupac and Biggie were fucking larger than life.
Well,
dude.
But Tupac and Biggie, that thing was a West Coast East Coast thing. I mean, you're talking two states. This is like a global. Yeah. This is like a global. You know what I'm saying? This is like countries.
You could say that. But I'm just saying, like, Tupac and Biggie, as far as Yeah. I mean, for me, Tupac and Biggie, they were worldwide, and obviously these guys are as well, given where they're from. You have Ireland,
And they have the internet,
and they have more access to the internet. Yes, you're right, but I don't think they're quite at that level of being superstars. Like, if Tupac was on Instagram right now, he'd be at like 100 million. Come on, let's be real. Fucking, to me, he's like probably the greatest rapper there live. And then you got Biggie, right, who's right there behind him, like fucking right there. You know what I mean? Like, they'd be both probably at like, I mean, pull up Dr. Dre. Pull up Dr. Dre. Let's see where Dr. Dre's at.
I bet he's no more than 1 million.
Really? Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
4 million, bro.
Oh, jeez, man.
But Eminem's at like 20.
Yeah, so M, right? Wow.
The real
you got MMA stars. You got MMA stars.
25.
What's Conor at? 30?
Connor's at 30.
Wow.
It's
insane.
crazy. But I think the
Pull
other
up Machine Gun Kelly.
I think the other thing you need to consider.
I don't follow social media guys. Like, I don't even know who the fuck. Like,
the other thing you need to consider is that
4.3
is that social media is already made it. It came out after Dr. Dre and Eminem and all them, so they missed the bandwagon.
Yep. I will tell you this though. I will speak from experience. I've been out on the track, with Khabib, and with all the guys from the team, with all the Russians, and trying to pass them. They work as a unit and a team. So the fact that, like, when I was trying to like catch up to Khabib or trying to catch up or pass Islam or any of those guys when we're on the track, they would have the other guys, and all the other Russian guys, the younger guys that were just out there to run, just to kind of like run side by side with Khabib and help him get ready, things like that. But they weren't out there for like 6-7 sprints. They're out there for 2 or 3, and then like they rotate. But they were out there just to block me, so I couldn't pass them or get around them or you know what I mean, get to the front or anything. But they're out there to make sure that they're boys. That Khabib and Islam were like ahead of me at all times. I mean, I understand. So when you're talking about when they confronted Artem at the hotel, I'm telling you, man, this is nothing like you've seen before. These guys are legit brothers. You hear guys talk about it. You hear guys say shit, but guess what? They live down the street from each other. They train with each other every day. Their families know each other. They've been friends since they were like 5-6 years old. They've been throwing each other on the mat since they were kids. Dude, there is no greater bond than what these guys have. And I see it at AK all the time, and I see it all the time, man. One person throws a punch, dude, you can expect all of them to throw down. And if they don't throw down for their boy, I'm telling you right now, when they come home, would not want to be that guy. Would not want to be that guy. Now, you go back to the thing that happened last October when Khabib and Islam Conor and Islam got in that whole thing with Dylan Dennis and that whole ordeal. Like, some of the guys didn't get suspended, but some of them did, whatever. But like, the guy who's the most mild-tempered and the most easygoing but super nice but very talented is Islam Makhachev. That guy is like, even though he's a very loyal guy to Khabib, he understands like, hey, why are we doing it? I think he understands why are we fighting, why are we doing this. He's a good guy. And I'm not saying that like Abu Bakr and Zubair are not. They're the same exact way. They are the same exact way. But like, there's somebody, the group of them are 100% about their boys. They have no qualm about sticking up for their family. To them, they are family, and there's nothing that you can do about it. There's nothing. Like, you don't get it. Like, people don't get it. They don't understand. And I didn't understand it until I started seeing it. When I see it at AK all the time, Zubair will be sparring. Abu Bakr will be sparring. Islam will be sparring. Khabib will be sparring. The whole Russian brothers will all come in, and they'll be coaching against whoever it is they're sparring in that gym. It doesn't matter. We're all friends. Don't get me wrong, we're all friends. But they'll all be coaching. They're all there. They're all watching. No one's in the other room sparring, doing their own thing. They will stop sparring to come and coach their friend, to come and coach Khabib, to come and coach Zubair, come and coach Islam, come and coach Abu Bakr, come and coach whoever it is, they will come over there and coach. It's a different mentality. It's different. It's so different. I can't even explain to you guys how different it is. And people can sit back and criticize the fact that, like, yeah, because they're Muslim, that's how they are. They band together and they do this. I don't think so, man. Sure, religion, I'm sure, has something to do with it, but I honestly believe a lot of it has to do with the fact that they all, like, in America, and I feel this way, and I still feel this way, is that kids, they have a tendency of not growing up in the same neighborhood and going from one place to the next. They go to different schools. They don't always go to the same schools. We don't have lifelong friends. I don't know what it is, but in the U.S., no, I very rarely meet people that say, like, hey, I've had a friend since the second grade, kindergarten, first grade, or since I was born. My family has known that family since I was a kid, since I was 2 years old. Very rarely do I see that. 100%, that's what this is. These guys grew up together. Like Islam, he talks about the other Russian fighter. Gosh, man, who's the other Russian fighter? Kabalov? Rustam Kabalov. He talks about him. He didn't even train at the same camp as him. And they may one day potentially fight because they're both in UFC at 155. All he ever says is, Ruslan, my brother, Ruslan, my friend, Ruslan this, Ruslan that. All he talks about how they were friends basically growing up and always competed together and always how they were so close and such good friends that they really, like, Islam doesn't want to fight him. He's like, no, we're friends. We're like, that's my brother. Like, they talk, it's a cultural thing. It's a religion thing. It's just, I think how they came up, where they're from, it's not even an option, man. And the fact that you have someone like Conor who's chiming in on, oh, your wife is a towel, or this, like, you're talking about someone's religion. You're talking, look, I can get into this and go on and on and on about the whole ordeal, but some things are a little bit off limits. I think, look, it's funny that people were talking about is that people talked, like, there was things that people had said about, let's talk about our president for a sec. People talk about, like, Obama's kids and Obama's wife, then turn around and people talk about Trump's kids, Trump's wife, Trump's whatever it is. Dude, to me, I've always felt this way. Family's off limits. You just leave it alone. Like, if you got a problem with somebody, you don't talk about their family. You don't say things about their wife. You don't say things about their kids. Like, those are the things that cause so much hate and anger throughout the world, not just like in your community or between friends. That's how people get killed. And I think when Kelvin Gastelum talked about that, he was 100% right, because maybe it won't be Khabib that pulls the trigger. Maybe it won't be somebody else that slings the knife or throws whatever it is, or swings the axe. Like, it won't be them. But it'll be somebody that is offended by the fact that you're making fun of somebody else's wife because of their religion and because of what they do. And that's not right, man. And I think that you got to leave that kind of stuff alone, And Khabib's response was over the top as well. And he's my boy. He's someone I train with all the time. But it was over the top as well. But in response, if someone's going to slay something at you one way, you're going to slay it right back. And that's how this all gets started. That's how all of this stuff gets started. You're going to say one thing, and then someone else then they're going to reply. And then you're going to do this, and they're going to do this. And it's a snowball effect. And I couldn't agree with Kelvin Gastelum anymore. And when Dana made that comment a while ago, I actually 100% agreed with Dana. Like, these guys get in the cage, they punch each other in the face, and they, and we're going to get mad at them because they say something to each other on Twitter. Oh, they hurt their feelings. I don't give a fuck. Like, I agree with them at the time. But this, though, has now escalated to a whole different level. We're talking levels of the point where someone can get hurt, man. Not just hurt. We can see families getting hurt. We see kids getting hurt. We can see, like, there could be things that happen that we don't want to even get into. I mean, like, this is you have no control of what other people do. And when you're talking about religion, you're talking about, like, how people are with their religion, not something you want to mess around with. So I agree with Kelvin Gastelum and the fact that, like, look, it's one thing to talk shit. And I'm not for censorship, and I think I'm all for the freedom of speech and all this stuff, but I think when you're talking fights and the business and the fight game, and you got to leave that stuff out, man. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that exclusive content of Sammy and the Punk. Also, hit these videos for more exclusive content and hit the subscribe button on the bottom corner.